Oh, hey, good morning. Josh with Peros. Don't mind me if I'm a little slow, sound a little groggy today. We just got back from the tactical games, and it was exhausting. It was a lot of fun, though. John Turner and I, Zappy, you may know, partnered up, did a team event out at Ridgeline with the tactical games. I don't know if you guys are followed the story or familiar with what they do. It's kind of a combination of practical CrossFit and AR-15 and 9mm pistol. It was a lot of fun. It was my first time at an event like that. So basically just wanted to give a rundown if you guys have been following the story. We put a little bit of stuff up while we were there, tried to do as much as we can or as much as we could at the time. And it was just, it was a mind game. It was physical. So had a great time, but just wanted to go over some of the gear basically. And more specifically, some of the stuff that I bought here to set up or things that we carry here, just to kind of let you know how it performed over 2 days of just absolute throwdown out in the elements. Last event was the only rain we saw. It rained hard. We were in the clay, blood, sweat, and mud out there for sure. Kept things dirty, just to kind of see how whatever it'd hold up. I don't really clean my stuff, right, wrong, or otherwise. It is going to get cleaned after this. So let's just start right off with the rifle. My rifle, 14.5, pin and welded. This is a Rebel custom build. If you know, you know. They were a big company around 10 years ago. Doesn't really matter on that end. Can't buy them anymore anyway. Specifically, this was my first time really putting rounds through and getting some hands-on actual experience with an LPVO. I've always been a red dot guy, very against LPVO. Coming back from this past weekend, LPVO is life. This is all I'm going to run from now on my ARs. I did the 1-6 Credo, held up really well. Again, really hard rain, lots of mud. This thing just sat out in it for about 25-30 minutes. And even with the glass covered in dirt, pouring on it, it was still clear. I mean, it was a little hard to engage targets with that, but the thing held up great. It was a lot of fun. We did shooting rifle-wise everywhere from 10 yards to, I think, it was pushed out to 370-yard attempts. And this was awesome. Really happy with it. ScalaWorks mount. I like to focus on keeping things lightweight, not a lot of stuff on it. That was kind of key for me this event. Even the sling that we had to run on it was getting caught up on stuff. That being said, didn't put my sling on. It is a Way of the Gun sling I like. The Blue Alphas are very similar. Again, super basic, super slim down. Held up great. Did not have to worry about batteries or the abuse that I was going to put it through. That is why I run Trijicon. Magpul MOEK, I believe, on the grip. Slim, lightweight, short. That was good as far as transitioning, grabbing stuff quick. At the tactical games, you're constantly on a timer. So every second does count. B5 Bravo, big fan of this. I like the big knurled adjustable lever on it. For me, it just kind of works out perfectly. I like the angles of it. Sits in the shoulder nicely. Whether you're going, chin, cheek, whatever it is, it's a nice rest. Worked out perfectly. Moving on from there, again, if you guys want more in-depth stuff, I'm just trying to go through kind of what we did. This is something new we're doing. If you guys want to see more reviews, you want to get more in-depth, you got questions about tactical games, that kind of stuff, leave it down in the comments. We'll get back to it. I've been running the Axel X cores for about 6 months now, mainly just as a workout, Bluetooth, listen to music sort of thing. Wanted to make sure they'd stay in my ears and be sufficient for just that purpose while doing all of the physical activity. These were great day one. I don't think I took these out for 10 hours. The amplified hearing was really nice on them. I was able to kind of walk around through the events, talk to people. I was able to communicate clearly with my partner, which was really clutch. Didn't really use them to listen to music, but I had them wedged into my head for just about that entire day, crammed in there with the foam tips. Felt really good, had no issues with them not being able to protect my ears during shots, during different rounds, during stages. And again, held up through the rain, no issue. I've got one odd ear canal. I can't get Beats to stay in, AirPods to stay in, any of that kind of stuff. Was really happy with these. They're a great product. We do carry here. There's a couple of their similar options, but Axle for me did it really well. These are true wireless. They come in this carrying case, which is also where they charge. If they die in the field, you throw them back in, they get 3 to 4 extra charges. Again, protects your ears, amplifies your actual hearing, and you can listen to music. These were clutch. I was super happy to have these. Don't have to worry about over the ear messing with your stock when you're trying to lay in and hit out far targets. So they'll still block sound just fine. They really just use the magnification for being able to amplify your hearing. They did die on me once. Towards the end, it beeped for quite a while, and I forgot to throw them back in the case. I had thrown them in my pocket. Again, it's kind of a mental game out there. So, but yeah, they do still do a great job just protecting your hearing. Next, pistol-wise, again, we ran one rifle, 5.56. We ran one handgun, 9mm. 19X, I know you guys have seen this before. Yes, it is dirty. Yes, it is grimy. Don't worry about that. The RMR, obviously tried and true. I was very happy that I had this, even in the pouring rain, even with mud kicking up on it. You can say what you want about open emitter, closed emitters. Maybe I just got lucky. I got mud in my eyes, but I somehow didn't get mud into my RMR. Didn't have any issues with that. So I was pleased, didn't feel the need for something else, something bigger, or a closed emitter. That being said, I haven't done much with them. Doesn't mean I'm not going to. That's next on my list. So I was really happy I had this set up. You know, the Radiant Afterburner, I can't say enough about that. Some of you guys out there have commented, think that it's overpriced. For me, I've run Glocks a long time. Super happy with them. They just fit with me. I know the trigger. I know the ergos. So when I was looking at possibly getting a gun built for speed or something that was going to be just competition ready, I was looking at spending $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 on some of the other options that are out there, Smith & Wesson competitors, Staccatos. I decided to go with this and throw a Radiant Afterburner on it. I was impressed with these when our rep brought them in. Keeps it a really flat shooter, brings it to a 17 length. So, finding the right holster is not a problem, was not a problem. And I was really happy with it, just as far as how it functioned. The 19X fits real nice. I have a, SLR Magwell in it, TLR1 light on it, and this was really just more for retention. I will say after running competition, I'm not the biggest fan of lights for carry, self-defense, but as far as in the competition, having it for retention in the holster, a little bit of weight at the front was kind of nice, worked out for me. So great setup here. Highly recommend the Afterburner. Again, you guys want us to go into it more, we can do that. Proprietary barrel and comp setup, just looks really nice. They did a great job with it as far as just how it sits around the Glock slide, the cuts. Looks good, performs really well. Was happy to have it. Speaking of holster-wise, Safariland ALS. I really liked this. There will be a couple things I changed just as far as how it mounts up for next time I do this. I pulled off a couple of the extras, knocked the sbottom out of that thing. I pulled the hood off just because in my mind it didn't really make sense. I also didn't think I'd be playing in the pouring rain in the mud. Mud splashing up, I probably will put that hood back on. Most of you probably would never think to remove it anyway. So the Agilite, I went with this belt just because we had it. I wanted to try it. I got sick of falling in the rabbit hole. What was the best, what was going to work. Had to just get something and run with it and learn from it. This was great. The magnets in the back of the inner belt are really nice. You're not hunting around and constantly re-velcroing it. Sticks, puts it in center in the small of your back. Easier to wrap around. Get the sides perfect. This was a nice, easy belt to wear around. It wasn't too thick. Adjustable, just pulls over with Velcro. So was really happy with this. The carbon fiber, I believe, that makes up the majority of this belt, or at least its rigidness, was really nice. Nice on and off. Keeps everything kind of square. I didn't run a leg strap, which I was going to, but this worked out being perfect. I was glad I didn't have more stuff on me, more restrictions. I also ran the Agilite mag holders, and these were flawless, ran good. I mean, we were up and down ropes. We were sprinting. We were under bars, we were over bars, we went through it, and I had no issues with any sort of retention things falling out, which I can't say that for everybody, but maybe I was just lucky, maybe it was the gear. But so in store, we do carry the Radiant Afterburners in a couple of options. We've got the Safariland ALSs. We've got Agilites in different colors, variations, and sizes. We've got TLR1s. We've got RMRs. We've got Trijicon Credos. We've got B5s. We've got Axle ready to go. Vest-wise, I ran a Crye JPC 2.0 swimmer's cut. Happy to have it. Ran full plates in it. Added that extra element to it. Made everything a little bit harder, which was great. Yeah, I mean, it's dirty. Like I said, blood, sweat, and mud out there. Had a lot of fun. Want to thank Tactical Games. Want to thank Ridgeline. Most of all, want to thank Perros. Basically, obviously sponsored us out there. We put in the work. They provided the ammo. And we left it out on the field, had a great time. We're going to bring in some stuff. We're hoping to get this community rolling. Again, if you guys were in the games seeing this video, if you're local around here, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, whatever, within a while, reach out. We'd like to set something up to kind of get the like-minded people together, get shooting together, again, build this community. So you know where to find us. You got more questions, you guys want to see more in-depth stuff, or again, you just want to know about the games, let us know. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging.